Chapter 18. Tsadat. Proverbs 31:27. She looketh well into the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. King James Version. She keeps an eye on everyone in her household, and keeps them all busy and productive. The Message. Tsadat. The picture here, like the previous verse, is still recognizable from the Hebrew letter. Unfortunately for many people that doesn't help, as what it's a picture of is something that is reasonably rare. In fact, it's one of those old-fashioned scythes, a reaping hook or a sickle, as it's called in some parts of the world. One held the two handles at the top, and the bottom part of the letter was the blade. Growing up on a farm in Kent, England, I will remember getting blisters on one of these as I attempted to hack my way through a field of bracken and stinging nettles. In biblical times, the scythe was the primary harvesting implement, and the sound of its gentle swish would fill the land when the crops were ready. We can actually apply this particular image to the rest of the acrostic, and from verse 27 on, everything that is expanded on has to do with the virtuous lady's harvest in life, her discernment, the reaction of her husband and children, her wisdom, and finally the legacy she leaves, the mark she makes upon her world. The key word here is watches, and carries the idea of practical and spiritual alertness. The Living Bible has it, she watches carefully, whilst Luther paraphrases this as, she looks how it goes on in her house. As one commentator explains, her eyes are turned everywhere, and since this time, mothers everywhere have used this picture to their own advantage. I know my mother certainly did. I've eyes in the back of my head, she used to say. My young brain knew this to be anatomically incorrect, yet deep within I felt its truth. Forget Big Brother, Big Mother is watching you. Yet this watching is not a watching of an angry schoolmaster, it's preventional. She is on guard for potential problems. Spiritually, she's turned on and can pick up before anyone else in the family when trouble or danger is in the air. That is why husbands do well to listen. Many a rash decision, leading to some form of misfortune, could have been averted if her wise intuition had been heeded. Indeed, she has the type of wisdom that we call discretion, and that is the wisdom that keeps one out of future problems. Laziness, as the second part of this verse points out, destroys this kind of spiritual sensitivity. Life is very much like this. The more we put in, the more we get out. The diligent and the disciplined experience self-worth and prosperity, peace and effectiveness. Those who shun sloth discover all sorts of benefits along their way. On the other hand, a lazy heart dulls the mind and desensitizes the spirit. The voice of God comes to those who are busy, whether it's Elisha, ploughing in the field, or Joseph, working hard in a prison. Those who put their shoulders to the wheel are rewarded in surprising and ever-increasing ways.
The highest king would welcome me. I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me, his grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child There's a place for me. I'm a child.